in this country. And I talked to the people about spiritual things.
Here we see a line that represents a choice,
And they said,
like a bridge,
white brothers supposed
joining
to
the
know
paths.
this. And they told me, many grandparents used to tell me when they were
If we
growing up,
return to spiritual
don't
harmony
you lie,
and live from our
don't
hearts,
you steal, don't
we
you
can
take anything
experience
that doesn't
a
belong to without
paradise
permission.
in this world.
And the same principle that white brother had in the Bible. And every president of the
If we
United States
continue
will get
only
in the chair to swear
on
that
this
Bible.
upper path, we will come to
I think
destruction.
somebody is violating the law of the great spirit law of nature. I think we are headed for the most destructive thing.
It's
if
up
we
to
do
all
not
of us
correct,
as
change,
children of
and
Mother
turn
Earth
around
to clean
and
up
make
this
life
mess
beautiful,
before it is
clean,
too late.
and lasting for the great spirit. And that's what the Hopi say, that they will do all they can to help keep this land in balance. So when Second World War came,
The elders
I
request
did not register.
that during this international
because I
year
said, Hopi means
for the
peace,
world's
kind,
indigenous
gentle,
peoples,
truthful,
the United Nations
humble
keep
person.
that door open
I didn't
for
register
spiritual
for the
leaders
army.
from the four corners of the world to come to speak to
Soon
you
FBI caught me and
more
put
than a
me
few
in
minutes, as soon
county
as
jail for a
possible.
whole month, no
The
trial,
elders
no
also
question,
request
and
that
they kept me
8
in the
investigative
prison for a whole
teams
month.
visit the native areas
They
of the
let me
world to
go.
observe and tell the truth
Second
about
time
what
they
is being
picked me
done
up and threw
and
me
stop
in
these nations from moving
prison
in this
again for 3
self-destructive
weeks, and
direction.
they finally gave me a year and a day in federal prison camp in down Tucson. We were building a road up on top of Mount Lemon down Tucson. I spent a year and a day
If
over
any
there.
of you leaders want
When
to
I
learn
came
more
out,
about the spiritual
released
vision
from
and
that,
power of the elders,
I was just
I
working
invite
with
you
my
to come out to
elders,
Hopi
religious
land
leaders,
and sit down with
that I
our
got
real
picked up
spiritual
again.
leaders
This
in the
time was
sacred
put in
kivas,
jail
where they
for
will
5
reveal
years.
the ancient secrets of survival
Not
and balance.
registering. I want to be
I
peace
hope that all
for a
members of
person,
this assembly
humble
that
person.
know the
I
spiritual
don't want
way
to hurt
will
anyone.
not
I don't want
just
to
talk
destroy
about it,
people on
but
this other
in
world.
order to have real peace and harmony
come
will
from my
follow
heart.
what it says across
It
the
come from
United
my
Nations
people's
wall.
belief that we must not go in the army. No native people should be forced to
They
go in
will
the army.
beat their swords
It's
into
the white
plowshares
people supposed to
and
protect
study
this
war
land
no more.
and take care of these native people here, not use them. But that has happened because sooner or later, purification will take place.
Let's
and
together
there's no way out of it.
do that now.
So these are some of the things that I felt I need to bring to this body here, and stressing upon you to hurry up, send a letter to the Hopi, that they will open a door so that Hopi elder, religious leader who worship this will come and speak
The
to
night
you
before the
in his own
presentation
language. And he
of
will
the indigenous
tell you
people
many
from around the
things
world to the
that
General
they
Assembly,
belong to the high
there was a
society,
total
which
eclipse
I
of the
do
moon
not,
over New York
and they will
City,
tell you
and the
more
sky was
things.
clear.
And I'm sure that Six Nations has men like that who will come also, and other four direction
The
leaders.
evening after the presentation
what
by
I like to
Grandfather
see.
Thomas and the other
And
indigenous
I
speakers,
felt
heavy rain and
whoever
strong
is
wind began.
really in trouble right now, like in Oxford University, 1988, Lions were the only
The
ones that
weathermen
went
had
over
been
there.
calling for a
And they
snowstorm,
said, what shall
but
we
what
do?
came the
world's
following
in
day
trouble.
were the
We only
worst
live in
floods
this one
in New
world.
York's memory.
Who has the answer? Spiritual leaders, 100 spiritual leaders, or 100 political figures, or grassroots
Major
people? Who
highways
has
were
the
washed
answer?
away
We need
by
to
the sea,
survive.
and the United
This is what
Nations
they're
itself
saying.
experienced
So Orm Lai
flooding of its
was
lower
there, and
subfloors,
I'm very
forcing
happy
a
that
shutdown of its
gave us,
heating and air conditioning,
chance
and
to,
all personnel were
also
dismissed at
some of
3
the
o'clock.
people
In the ground floor meeting room,
in
where on December 11th, indigenous peoples were meeting
And then,
representatives of various UN
Six
agencies.
Nations know
Grandfather
the
Thomas
drawings I have,
spontaneously
and I just
called on
want to
all the participants,
show you
including
just
UN
that.
officials,
I
to
wasn't
form a
ready,
great
but
circle.
we have this prophecy on the wall out here in the Hopi country.
All the elders
They
were
have
in the
that
center,
same
and
kind of
Grandfather
thing
Thomas
in
called
the
in some non-indigenous
Six
people
Nations.
as well. Each silently said a prayer.
That white part is on the rock near where I be. The two roads, and we're right in here. We either go out in the west and continue to blow ourselves up now with the most powerful instrument warfare. We'll come
The
back
forming
to
of
this
the
field
circle of
our
unity of
native
all people
who are here, who
from the
will
four corners of the
land in
earth
that
was more than just a
prayer,
symbolic act.
join with them and correct our wrongdoings here. Then, Great Spirit who gave us this land and life,
One participant said she had never felt herself to be in such a safe
So
place.
this four corners area is very important. They said that is surrounded by four sacred mountains. That is a spiritual center that must be protected.
Later,
by
several
all
people
So
present
why
notice
I felt
that
I should show
no
you
further
a little
storm
bit of
damage
this.
occurred in
So
Manhattan,
this is all I
and
know
that
to
the storm
tell you
itself
now,
abated
and I
that
hope
afternoon.
that we will have more of our native people telling you some of the things so that United Nations people will do something with their laws, rules, and regulations, and
There are
without war.
also
I saw
more videos
a
available
letter
online
across the building here.
regarding these
The Bible
messages
verse
of the
that
Hopi
thou shalt
people.
turn all
If
our
you would like
plowshares
to look
into
for it,
plowshares and study war no more. Let us do that now. Thank you.
okay, everyone. This broadcast is being put out on September 21st, 10 days after 9/11, 2025. It was spontaneous. It was inspired, perhaps. Although the presentation may not be entirely perfect, I hope that you will take the message and think on it. This is a message that has come down through generations, according to these people that are native to North America, where the United Nations would be set up many, many years later. I didn't plan on doing this reading of this online content, but yet here we are. If you're seeing this, as I said, it was not planned. Through any channels that are open, through www.libertyradio.live or online on-demand channels. Send your comments. If you have information that you think is relevant to this prophecy and to where we are right now, send your information forward. If you can send a voicemail to the number on the website, do so. If you have information, if you have a thought that could be relevant to this prophecy. There is a solar eclipse happening at this time in the celestial body, 21st of September, just as there was a solar eclipse when the prophecy was given. I hope everyone will look into the information presented and think carefully and cautiously about the path that humanity is taking. There's lots of talk about AI, about creating systems for the planets that can help to manage things, but to be very cautious, to be very careful, to be very considerate of what has been said. Again, this has manifested purely on the spur of the moment, a not perfect presentation, but perhaps perfectly imperfect. I'm just a messenger, just as all other people giving the messages that we can see coming through from ancient times are messengers. Some more in tune than others. And perhaps the foolish things of the world are used to give messages so that people can see that it is not from just one individual or a personality, but that there are some things that transcend time and space. There are some things that transcend the ordinary, that should be taken notice of. I'll leave you with that. If you're listening to this, thank you for listening. And I hope that it is going well with you. Please connect if you can. Keep well until we speak again.